phone is dead, just so y'all know.
Okay.
It's recording, but the battery is dead.
No, Steve's not here, the IT guy.
Right.
I think he just came.
It's recording, but the battery is about dead.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Ron. Bye. Okay, if any, of course, if there's any conflict issue, of interest here with anybody,
I don't have an agenda. I didn't receive an agenda package. You know,
right.
It is an agenda.
did anybody receive an agenda?
yeah, it came in, email.
It did?
No, it didn't.
I didn't receive an email with it.
Here you go.
Who'd you send it to?
Indicate, it came from staff.
When?
Who did it come from?
Looks like, actually Jackie got it.
And agenda concerning what? We know.
Council members didn't get an agenda for a meeting that they're scheduled to be in.
I'll let y'all.
What would you do? Read it out. Be fine.
It's an invocation, discussion of county administrator search,
Okay.
and then adjourn.
All right. Simple enough.
Do we,
Okay, if anybody needs to recuse themselves for, anybody interested in running for this administrator or applying?
I don't think if any of council members did want to, they would recuse themselves from voting. They don't have to recuse themselves from the discussion about the process.
Okay. Also, unless we mention any names specifically, we don't need to go into executive session. I think we need to do this all above board. Of course, I had gotten, did everybody get a copy of the, this is what came from the Association of Counties? Their recommendations?
No,
We can send that out. Might need to get a few more.
Stop for 1 second and I'll change the batteries on this.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I got sent over, it's really hard when you come.
I'll send this down this way.
This information, some people's name, Milton Post. The people name is what they recommend, we can talk to or something?
Yeah, but it's not what they're recommending as the administrator, but as people that can help,
Okay. You're all set.
That can help what?
could you make us a couple more copies of this right here? Jason, can you hand me that one?
How many do you need?
Let's see, at least, I'd say go ahead and do 5.
5, okay.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was to my house, I didn't bring it with me though.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, the email we got, I think you got, it came from you, I guess. It said, it basically tells us in advance of this meeting, some of the directives and stuff. It said any person that may seek the administrative position now or at any time in the process must recuse themselves from the search discussion and process. This
came from
provision, Mr. I've got the floor. This provision includes council persons or anybody on the staff. I know that Doris is interested in it, and she has recused herself from coming to the meetings and stuff. So, we need clarification on that. We don't want to come up and have a problem with anybody. I'm not saying I don't know if anybody's going to put in for it, but I'm just reading the directive that came from you. I'm sure that came from South Carolina.
That came from Ron Mullen, and one thing we need to start.
I told you I've got the floor.
One thing we need to start doing is.
No, what you need to do is, you need to uphold everybody's right. I'm talking to you. You need to uphold that, Mr. I got the floor.
Who you think you talking to?
You're trying to end that.
Who you think you talking to?
You're talking to me when I'm.
I tell you what, you better not raise your voice at me again. You talk to me with respect, because I did not raise my voice to you. You know what? Councilman Odom has the floor.
I have the floor.
Councilman,
You shouldn't even speak.
You better watch who you talking to, real talk.
I don't take,
Watch who you talking to.
you better watch who you threaten.
Watch, I ain't threatening you, watch who you talking to.
You just threatened me in front of this thing out of camera.
Watch who you talking to.
All right,
All right.
I've got the floor. It says anybody that's even interested in it, in any of the discussion, if we're gonna discuss it this morning, anybody that's sitting on this table that more than 8 of us should leave the meeting and recuse themselves. And that should be clarified by the South Carolina Association of Counties. I think this is probably where all this came from. It didn't come from Ron Mullin.
It did.
Well, being that nobody has excused themselves off, evidently, it's probably nobody will running, seeking for position of the administrative job.
Right. Yeah, nobody's recused themselves, so.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Dr. Johnson, did you have something?
I said, that information came from Ron Money. If we were voting on the county administrative position and there was a council member that had their name in the hat, they must recuse themselves. But we don't have to recuse ourselves from a discussion, even if we were interested in the position. Not saying that anybody in here is, but we shouldn't have to recuse ourselves from a discussion about the position, which is our duty to be able to get. That information came from Ron Mullin. I read that statute, and I encourage you all, when y'all get information from people, go to the South Carolina statute and read them yourself, and quit taking everybody else's opinion about these things. So when we come in, we'll be informed of what we're supposed to be doing instead of taking directive from everybody else. That's our responsibility, to read and be informed of these things and quit taking parrot information from other people and bringing them to these meetings like we're supposed to. Go with something because somebody else said it. Read it for yourself and interpret it for yourself and then engage counsel.
Okay, well, I think it'd be safe to say that we are going to conduct our business as the state would see fit. And if we find out that it's, somebody should have recused themselves, and they should have done it from the get-go, so.
Mr. Chairman.
As we move forward, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
If I'm not, we're talking about, right now, you're talking about a job that has not been posted.
Exactly.
You're talking about a job that we have not defined the, job description. We haven't done anything about this job. So that job right now is not even on the market until we say it goes on the market. You know, and then at that point, if that statute applies, then we need to follow that.
If we, okay, so we are here looking to move forward with the administrator's job. And we have got the descriptions of the job that Doris had sent out to everybody. Everybody has a copy of that?
No, wait a minute, but I did receive a copy from Doris.
They-
Receive a copy.
They were very similar. And if anybody like to see it, we can make some more photocopies of this. But it's, I think there's a job description from,
Can anybody remember the range, the administrative range
for
for the administrative job?
salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. When I who I've talked to with the Association of Counties and with the headhunters with Find Great People Incorporated, they said salary range would be 140 to 150.
Mr. Chairman, with all due respect, how are you taking somebody else's information about what we should do as council members in their side of the ring? That's our job, to bring that information to us so we can discuss as a council.
Well, you've got this right there in front of you, Dr.
But what I'm
Johnson.
saying is, you going on great people in these sites to come out and tell us things that we need to be directing for ourselves. We direct how much we're gonna pay somebody for being in this position. We don't, great people can't tell us that our salary range is 140 to 150 for this position. That's our responsibility to engage. That's not anybody else's responsibility to engage but ours.
Well, Dr. Johnson, it was a national search. I mean, you know, the person for Kershaw County that got Pat last.
I'm not concerned with no other county. I'm concerned with Marlboro County.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes, it was Chester County, and that would be very similar to us. They hired their administrator at $140,000 5,000.
That's Chester County. I'm talking about Marlboro County. We said, that's our responsibility to do.
I mean, that's what we're here to discuss.
Mr. Chairman.
You know. So we're taking everybody's opinion on this thing, and we're going to come together as a group and.
No, because you've taken upon yourself to
Okay.
go and do our job for us to bring it. That's not.
I haven't done anything except receive information. I'm going to call on Mr. Stroman.
I would like to ask, just for information to the council, I know that it was a special circumstance with our last administrator, without trying to call names, it was a special circumstance. However, we've had administrators prior to that. Can I ask you, what's the average pay for those administrators that we have paid as a county? Nobody, no other
Yeah,
county.
I'm sure we can get that, but I think it would be obsolete because, I mean, how long was Mr.
Well, if we
Rowan?
have to make adjustments, we make adjustments, but what I'm saying is, it's helpful to know what we have been paying and what we can pay. You know, can't go up to the average, to the national average. We've never gone up to the national average for anything else, just about. However, we all know that things have increased, the prices have increased, so we may have to adjust it, but we still need a baseline from this county.
All right, so you're suggesting us look at previous administrators'
Pay,
salaries?
right, before the jobs were put together.
And also, we need to know how much all department heads are making in this county right now. We need to know this information. How do we not know this information? How, as a council member, that we're supposed to govern our county when we know very little information about the inner workings of a county that we're governing?
We can easily get that information.
We should have it.
Well, we're making a list of what we got to come up with. We're working together to work this out, to figure this out. So this is our first meeting. So none of this stuff I'm not supposed to magically know this stuff. That's why we're having this meeting, so that we can discuss it, and I know what to get together for us.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Lawson.
when I went to my first meeting, they gave us an orange book that give you a range of everybody's salary in every county, and I kept that book. And in that book, it's county administrator lists every job, county administrators in some of these areas, because I checked Darlington, Chesterfield County, Marion County, those kinds of counties. The ranges can run from 120 all the way up to 150, and I saw that. But I do know that they do have, from the Association of Counties, everyone's sort of pay scale within a range. And I do agree that we need to look at what's best for us in the surrounding county. You know that if you advertise a job and making sure you got the job description, if you say $80,000, you can just turn that down now. But you still want to be in a range that's comparable to any other county. And it doesn't have to be Horry County, because we couldn't match that. Shouldn't be Spartanburg, because we couldn't match that. Counties that's small, 26,000 people or so, that's the kind of range, and we know what we here with. We can't afford to pay everything, but we need to really be clear about what is this person expected to do in this job. So I agree that having those range, I usually carry that book everywhere I go, and I didn't bring it today because I was reading it last night and left it on my bed, but it does give salary ranges within, and that was a 2022 book.
Okay. Can I get with you and we make some further copies?
I can give the copy, and I mean, I can go home and get it, but I'm just saying that they do have that from the South Carolina counties of every county administrator's salary, base salary.
Okay.
But we need to contact Doris and have her give her a list of every department head and their salary, so we'll know where a baseline that we're starting from. Because we can't, if Steve Akers or if Doug is making $110,000, we know we can't come in up under that. Right. We need to know what our department heads are making, so we can make an intelligent decision about this county administrator's salary. So when we put in a position out, we have a range that's comparable to what we got in this county, not a Chester County, not a Chesterfield County, Marlboro County.
Right.
It's always been known, it's a known fact that the administrator is the highest paid man in the county. So like I say, I think we need to call Doris on the phone while she over there in the office and get a list of the payroll. Cause like I say, like Dr. Johnson and Ms. Purdy said, if hypothetically, West is making, $112,000 a year, the administrator going and his salary got to go from there up, not even, but up. So, you know, so we can't even begin that part of doing a range until we know what the bottom line is. Who is the highest paid up on the run right now? Who's the highest paid employee up on the run? And then we can start doing our gauging. Because another thing that I know, Jason, myself, and Steve, being on council, we done hired 3 administrators. And no matter who, we had never brought in an outside headhunter. That's what we got HR for. That's her job. Every job that we ever hired throughout the county, HR always have their hands in it. Now, being that Doris is in contention, I want to put in for it, once we put it out there, and she can do that part of the job description, Indeed, job recruitment, LinkedIn, and have all the application, all the resumes sent to a neutral person, not nobody at the county. This is my thought. The reason why I'm saying that, if we bring the Jackie, don't mind if I use your name. Let's say all resume go to Jackie Hub. And because Jackie is not affiliated with the county, nobody in the county will see names. It can't go to HR. Because HR will be put in for the